Okay, I think that's good. Yes, okay. What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about being average and whether it's okay or not. And this is something that I think about in day-to-day life all the time. It's a topic that's pretty important to me, so I want to give you my perspective and hopefully help you make your life better. And hopefully I can help you sort through your emotions on this topic specifically. So I want to start this off by defining what average is. Average is normally used in a math setting. It is to pinpoint a central figure. So in math, you would add a group of numbers together, then you would divide them by the total amount of numbers there are, and you would end up with your average. There are many uses and reasons to find an average, one of the most prominent being to pinpoint the most likely outcome of something. So now let's apply this to a human context. What does it mean to be an average human? Usually it means you follow societal rules, you do what everyone else does, you don't make much of yourself, but you also don't fall behind everyone else. Off the top of my head, when I think of a human who is average, I think of someone who makes between $30,000 and $50,000 a year. They have a wife or husband, they have 2 kids, they have a white picket fence, they played sports when they were younger, but now they're probably a little sedentary. They go to their 9-to-5 job, they hang out with friends or family on the weekend and have a few drinks. Probably the typical life for an average American. Now, is this bad? No, not at all. I would definitely not say this is bad. Is it just okay? Yeah, probably. There may be some people who watch this video and they say, dude, that sounds like a great life. And then there's gonna be some people who say, oh, that's horrible. I wanna make $1 million a year, or I wanna have 10 kids or whatever. The point is that it is average. It is in the middle. It is what some people strive to have, and it's what some people have escaped from. Now I'm bringing this up and making this video because I saw a post on Instagram this week, and the post read, look around you, how many people do you think are settling? Probably a hell of a lot. People settle in okay relationships, okay jobs, okay friends, and an okay life. Why? Because okay is comfortable. Okay pays the bills and provides a warm bed at night. Some people are fine with okay, and guess what? That's okay. But okay is not thrilling, it isn't passion, it's not life-changing or unforgettable. Okay is not the reason you risk absolutely everything you've got for the smallest chance that something absolutely amazing could happen. That's pretty deep. In the world's view, it is okay to be average. In my worldview, it's not. One of my biggest fears in life is being on my deathbed and realizing I'm not satisfied with the things I've done in my life. Can you imagine how horrible it must feel to be about to die and you realize that your life kind of sucked and there's nothing you can do about it now? I think everyone feels a sense of pride in the things they've accomplished, and everyone does want to leave a positive impact on the world. But we get caught up in a lot of the fluff and a lot of the things we are required to do. We have to pay bills, we have to take care of the people in our lives. For a lot of you, that's enough. For a lot of you, you want to do extraordinary things that are outside of the norm. And that's why it's hard for me to say that having an average life is bad, because at the end of the day, you're still providing for yourself and your family. Essentially, that should be enough. That is a great thing you're doing. You are making someone survive, essentially. But at the end of the day, we are all capable of achieving great things. And that sounds a little cliche, and some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, dude, I heard this when I was a kid all the time. But it's true. You really can accomplish a lot of great things if you actually try to. If you put in the time and the work for other things. Maybe it's something simple and you just want to be super ripped. You can do that. You can leave your house today, go to the gym, work out, and start your journey towards being the super jacked. And it's going to take a while before you get to that point, depending on what your starting point is, but you can do it. And that's the point. Maybe you want to be wealthy enough where every time you walk down the street past someone who is homeless, you can just hand them $10. Every single homeless person you walk by, you hand them $10, and that makes you feel good. So what do? You work really hard to make a ton of money, so you're able to do that and provide a little bit of light to every single person you pass who needs that light. I really didn't want to go on a tangent for this video, but I do want to drive home the fact that a okay average life is comfortable. It's comfortable. You're not putting in any extra effort to achieve something great. You are doing what is simple, what requires minimal effort. You get it done, you're good, you're settled, you survive, your family survives. Comfort in the moment feels really good until you actually do things that are challenging and difficult and put a lot of time into them. And then you look back at what you've accomplished and you realize you don't regret the hard work you put in. You don't regret the negative feelings you had previously when you were struggling and working hard. Whereas when you have those moments of comfort and then you look back at them, you can't enjoy the old feelings of comfort you had. When you go through these phases of comfort, you end up empty-handed. You have nothing to show for it. I think when we're kids, we're all told something along these lines. Hey, if you work hard, you can accomplish something great. But talking about being average really puts that in perspective. Puts in perspective what would happen if you don't work super hard. You just work hard enough. So I want to leave you guys with something valuable, something you can actually do, some sort of action you can do that will help you work towards not being average and being something more. And that is to allocate 30 minutes out of your day to just think about what you want to do with yourself.
Oh my God, Joey, that's the only advice you're gonna give me? Take 30 minutes out of your day to think?
Yes, that is the only advice I'm going to give you. I think a lot of us lose sight of our self-reflection. We don't put in the time to truly reflect on what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we can improve. For a lot of people, when they go to bed, that's their time to think. And you're drowsy, you're trying to sleep, you're not really focused on actually reflecting on things. So I think if you can actually pull out a 30-minute time slot in your day to just sit, relax, maybe put on some music and just chill out and think about what you're doing, your life will improve. How do I know this? Because the only time I have epiphanies and my life genuinely improves is when I have some free time and I just chill the fuck out and think about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how to make what I'm doing better. I set goals, I start tracking the things I am doing, I change around some of my bad habits, implement good habits, and it's all because I just sit and think, and I think myself into being a higher quality person. Once you've used that 30 minutes for a few days in a row or a few weeks in a row, and you have an idea of what you're doing, what you want to change, what you want to improve with, you can change those 30 minutes around. Instead of being thinking time, it can be doing time. You can act on the things you want to change and do. Let's say I want to be a YouTuber. This is something I did. I thought about it, I planned it out, and then I spent a ton of time working on my channel, making sure I was doing things I wanted to do so that I could make it the way I wanted to and make it grow. So that I could make my channel turn out the way I wanted to, and so that I could actually help people and have more of an impact on the world. I have done this with other things. I have done this multiple times in my life to improve on something, but I just want to give you that YouTube example because it's very recent and it's relevant to what we're talking about today. Okay, I know I'm going to edit the video and I'm probably going to be like, oh man, I ranted a little bit. I did have some points written down and then I kind of just started steamrolling through my thoughts. So I hope that video was valuable for you. I hope you learned something and it gives you a little bit of time to do some introspection. And I really, really implore you to actually take advantage of those 30 minutes a day to just sit. I implore you to take 30 minutes out of your day to actually do some self-reflection so that you can plan things out a little bit more and figure out what you want to do with yourself. It's not my place to tell you what you should be trying to accomplish, and it's also not really my place to tell you to stop being average. You can do that if you want, that's cool. But I wanted to give you my perspective because I do think everyone has the chance or the opportunity to make something of themselves. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.